The handbook is your survival guide through the annals of the Caribbean Maritime University. You will become the captain of your own academic ship. And so you're going to be sailing towards success. Yes, it will provide you with some very fun and informative information. So I want to do this presentation akin to you being a captain of a ship. And if you think about sea life, the captain is the authority on the ship, right? I want you to talk with me as I move along. So we're going to have a very interactive session this morning. So the captain is the ultimate authority on the ship. He's the person who makes the decision on board the vessels and decides what goes on, what comes off. He decides basically he plots through also the sojourn from one part to the next. So we're going to go walking through the CMU ship this morning, and I want you to sail with me. And remember, as we move along, you are the captain of your academic ship. All right? So the first thing we're going to be looking at is what is contained on the pages of the CMU handbook. Remember now that the handbook is your survival guide. So what are the key aspects of this survival guide that you need to know? The chapter 1 speaks to the structure of the university. So when you're on a ship, you need to know who your crew members are. You need to know about the ship. You need to know the different areas of the ship. You need to know which area is a restricted area, which area, persons are allowed. All of those things are important when you're aboard a ship. Chapter 2 speaks to the whole matter of items listed under the registrar, what the Office of Student Affairs entails, and the Treasury. So you're going to meet your navigation crew. Now, we know that the crew involves several other sections, but we're going to be keying into these key areas, right? The Office of the Registrar, Student Affairs on a whole, the Treasury. And then chapter 3 now speaks to your responsibilities and the support services that are there to aid your journey. So you need to know what your duties are on board the vessel. The captain knows what his duties are, and he also knows what the duties are for the other crew members, who are the cleaners, who are the cooks, who are the persons who will work in the engine room. All of those things becomes important on board the vessel. Chapter 4 speaks to academic matters, and that is crucial to staying on course. Because remember now, we're moving from the port of movement out, and we're heading to a particular destination. So the chapter 4 that speaks to academic matters will allow you to stay on course. Chapter 5 speaks to exam regulations. And with that now, you need to navigate the storms. So we're going to lighten examination to the storms that will come. But we know that if we're ready and we are prepared, no storm can damage our ship because we're already prepared. We're not going to be like the Titanic to say that, oh no, the iceberg will not sink this ship or nothing is able to sink. We will take every precaution, ensure that our ship stays on course and brings us to our final destination. Chapter 6 speaks to the code of conduct. Now, in the code of conduct, it speaks to the different rules and regulations concerning your life here as a student. And Mrs. Cheryl Hilton would have done a presentation already in this area, and she will come in to assist where necessary. And so it is important to follow the rules of the sea. And finally, Chapter 7 speaks to student governance and structure in terms of student life, right? And so while you are on board the vessel, it's important for you to enjoy the journey. And that's what we're going to be discussing this morning. And we're going to make it fun and interactive. Already, we've told you it's going to be likened to life at sea. So the Caribbean Maritime University is the only university of choice in the English-speaking Caribbean that deals with maritime-related education and training, right? Now, understand that we have several campuses. We have the Palisades campus, which is the main campus. We have Port Royal campus, which is in close proximity to the Palisades campus, and that one is located in the Port Royal area. And so I'm told that I need to make my screen bigger. Beautiful. Let me move that. Are you seeing the screen? Is it bigger for you now?
Yes, miss.
All right. So we have the Port Royal campus. We have the Monique franchise. So that's not a campus in and of itself, but we have students who reside. They reside on the Monique campus. And then we have the Montego Bay campus that is located in the parish of Montego Bay. So, ladies and gentlemen, students, you are officially embarking on an exciting journey. So, remember I told you that you're captains of your own ship, right? And at CMU, you will find that we speak the language of the sea. So the student handbook is not just a book that tells you about the rules, what you should do and what you shouldn't do, but it helps you to navigate and to chart your pathway to becoming success, the pathway to you entering into your career of choice. Today, we're going to cover the highlights, as we would have listed before, that you absolutely need to know to avoid unnecessary storms and enjoy a successful voyage. All right? So importantly, you need to know your crew. Know who are those individuals that are important. Every successful sailor knows where to go when they need help. And that's the same thing right here at the CMU. You need to know the different offices that are here to provide you with the necessary support that you need. All right? CMU has several departments that are designed to support your student journey. And so you need to know who and what and where are these offices. So we start off the Office of Student Affairs. The Office of Student Affairs really is like that parent that hovers over you, that covers you, that ensures that you all the things and you need are catered for, right? Right. I'm hearing that I'm to turn off my camera because it is breaking and we're not hearing clearly. So I am going to turn my camera off. You've already seen my beautiful face, so you know who I am. I'm going to turn the camera off just to ensure that you're hearing me clearly. Beautiful. Are you hearing me better now?
Yes, miss.
Beautiful. So, and that too can help with distracting you from what is presented on the screen, right? So we talk about the Office of Student Affairs. I told you the Office of Student Affairs is really your mother. They are the ones who ensure that you get all of the additional things outside of the classroom that you need to ensure that your sojourn on board the vessel is taken care of. Within the office of the OAR, which is under the Vice President of University Registry and Administration, you have the Secretariat. So anything related to your student records resides in that space. Then we have the student finance, which is the bursary. That is the treasury. That has to do with the money, the payment of your fees, anything owing to the university. When you get scholarships, the scholarship information is recorded there, so it goes on your balance as a student. We have the library, and you know that when it is that you're sojourning in an academic space, you will need the support of your library. The library has actual books, but it also has, yes, go ahead.
Just letting you know that your screen, your slides are not matching what you're talking about. So the person who's assisting you with the slides, if you could just have them bring it to what we're discussing now.
I think it's because all right. So because I would have enlarged the screen and don't know why it's not moving with me. So this is where I'm at. Are you seeing the screen now about knowing your crew?
No, we are not. You could just go ahead and share again.
All right, I am going to do that.
Okay, So for everyone that's on, in the
Yes.
meantime, as Mrs. Walker-Brown shares her screen, just reminding you that we are here for you. So if you have any questions as Mrs. Walker-Brown is going through her presentation, you can put them in the chat, and we have members from CMU who will be looking for your questions and answering them. And then when we get to our Q&A, we want all your questions. So if you don't want to put it in the chat, you can save it for the Q&A and you can ask us the questions then. So handing back over to Mrs. Walker-Brown.
Beautiful. So I'm hoping that you're all well with me now, because I'm into chapter 1, which involves knowing your crew. Are we there, Jody? You're seeing the screen clearly.
Yes, miss.
Yes, Mrs. Walker-Brown, we are.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So I was walking you through some of those offices that you need to know in terms of support. There is the library. We had gone through the library and we were now at counseling, because we do at the CMU, we do have counseling services. There is a resident counselor, but there's also some, we can refer, if it is that you want to be referred outside of the CMU, that is also facilitated. The counselor are in sessions with students. She has one-on-one sessions with persons. She comes to the classroom and there's webinar and different things that are in place for you to support your journey, because we want to ensure that you get all you need to get to ensure that the academic related issues are taken care of. And if you're well mentally, then you should be well academically in the other spaces too, right? So then there's health services. So yes, we have a counselor, but we also have several in-house nurses, right? Right here on campus, right here on the vessel, for you to support your health-related needs. Then there's career development that will happen at different intervals. There is the student governance in terms of student union. And so we encourage you to get involved in the union, to support the union activities and to allow your voices to be heard. We have support for international students. If we have any international students, yes.
Your audio is still coming through a little choppy. Mr. Kevin was just alerting us to that.
I don't know why. I'm hoping you're hearing clearly.
All right, can you just speak again, and then the persons who are on, can you just let us know if you're hearing Mrs. Walker-Brown and if it's coming through clear on your end?
All right, so I'm going to transfer to my phone to make it better in terms of the audio, and then I'll work with just moving the slides along on my computer, because I want to ensure that everybody gets everything that they ought to get. All right. So while that is being worked on, just want to tell you that there's international student support services to ensure that you get the best international students. You have one-on-one support as you navigate this space. And then, you know, we know that there's the faculties and the academic departments, right, that are here to ensure that all your lessons, all your teaching, the different courses are taken care of. And so we move forward now to talking about, so moving from the tool, and we're going now into talking to you about what you need to know about the tool.
Okay,
so
Mrs.
if your ship
Walker-Brown,
develops a leak, that's a question to you now. Yes.
Are you on your phone
If
now?
your
Because
ship
it's
develops a
still
leak,
choppy.
it's being sorted.
Okay, all right. It's still a little choppy for our audience, so you can just let us know once you're on the phone, because it's in and out. So I'm thinking it's a little difficult for persons to be able to follow. Okay, thank you guys for the feedback. Love that everybody's interacting, following, engaged, and paying attention. We are working on that, and Mrs. Walker-Brown will be back shortly with us. In the time though, I would just want to remind everyone that we do have our orientation exercise coming up, and that will be from August 30th to the 1st of September. And on the 30th, we'll have our church service, our parents and spouse orientation, and our dorm orientation. On the 31st, you'll be coming to the Palisados campus, and we'll have our general orientation there. And we'll close out our 2026 orientation exercise with our Meet the Faculty and Student Union Rep Wrap session. So please to just book those days in your calendar so that we are able to, so that you're able to join us here on campus and get the relevant information as you embark on your journey here with us at the CMU. I'm seeing questions about registration. I believe our registration exercise just closed out. If any of my colleagues on the call can just confirm for me. I know that we had registration from Monday
That's the second leg.
to
We
about
have another
Wednesday.
leg that is coming up, Jody. Are you hearing me, Jody?
Yes, we're hearing you now, Mrs. Walker Brown.
Right. So there's another registration leg that is in on the scheme of things rather for the month of August. And they will get information about that as we move along. So I was walking with you through, knowing your crew. And I was saying to you, students, I'm back with you, and I'm hoping that you're hearing clearly that if your ship develops a leak, would you call the chef? I want to give you a little moment to think on that. You certainly will not call the chef, of course not, right? So if you need counseling, you're going to call on the counseling services. If you need your grades, you call on the registry. If you need to talk about fees, then you need to call Treasury. If you need academic advice, then that is indeed your faculty. So know who to ask so that you don't waste time asking the wrong office. That's important. All of that information is contained in your student handbook. Chapter 2, as we said earlier, speaks to academic related matters. So here, your academic success will start with you. Your university is very different from high school. So I don't expect anybody to come into this university space with the high school mentality or the mentality of being so free that you don't care and pay attention to things that are essential and important. Nobody will remind you that your assignments are due. That's important. Your lecturers will teach. It is your responsibility to learn. So at the university level, students, you are responsible for your own learning. So to become a successful student, you will need to attend classes. You will need to participate in those classes. And we know that we have many persons who do not show up for classes, You think you can take a vacation out and do your own thing. But I'm encouraging you to attend classes regularly, to participate in the activities that are given, to meet the deadlines. That's important because you think that, I can talk to the lecturer, and the lecturer can probably give me some leverage, some allowance. But you need to meet your deadlines because missing a deadline could mean you miss a grade. Check your emails regularly, and I'm going to be talking about that email system, right? But check your emails regularly. Read the notices, and many of those are pasted in your email or they're on the university social media platforms. Please ensure that you read those notices. Monitor your student portal. I'm going to repeat that for emphasis. Monitor your student portal. And as you come into registration, come into orientation, you'll know more about the student portal and what that means. Again, remember, one missed email could mean you're missing registration, you're missing exam information. That's important, that you miss your graduation requirements, right? So I'm going to ask you, those persons who are online, just raise your hand, use the raise hand feature in the chat if you check your emails every day, your personal emails. Do you check them every day? Jody, you can give me a count of how many persons indicated that they check their emails every day.
Okay, Mrs. Walker Brown, let me check. Give me a minute. Let me check this. I'm seeing about 26 persons, 27,
And how
28,
many
about
persons we have
30 persons
online?
have their hands up at this present moment.
All right. So it should be everybody that's online, checking your emails every day. You need to check your emails every day. Your student email, check it every day. Allow it to become a part of your daily routine. And for me, the best time to check my email is either early in the morning when there's less distraction, or late in the evenings when everybody gone home at them house and I'm here, right? So those times work for me. Find a system that works for you and ensure that you check your email, your student email every single day, because if you don't, you may miss some very important information. All right. You need to know what the duties are of the crew members that you will serve you on board this vessel. Being on a ship comes with responsibility. You cannot simply say, I did not know. So this chapter 3, speaks to those responsibility that you need to ensure that as a student, and it tells you about the support services. So on board this vessel of the CMU ship, you cannot say, I didn't know. All right? It tells you what is expected from you and what those services are. So know the dress code, importantly. Know the dress code. And I'm going to invite our Dean of Discipline to speak to that. Mrs. Hilton?
All right, good morning.
Mrs.
Am I
Hilton?
being heard?
Right. I'm hearing you clearly.
All right. Wonderful. So good morning, everyone. I would have done a very in-depth presentation as it relates to the dress code in a previous Getting Ready series, but just that we're closer now to the startup of school, I just want to remind those persons who are online that the dress code is really there so that you stand out and that you stand apart from others. We have been having registration and we're getting a lot of questions about why is it that the students are coming out there saying, Miss, why do we have to do this? Why do we have to do that? You have to do it because here at the CMU, we are a set apart per set of students and staff. And when you dress appropriately, then you echo the standards here at the CMU. So I want to remind you that all the standards that are there as it relates to the dress code are standards that needs to be followed. When you meet us at registration and you meet us individually, all students who are registered will have a personal one-on-one conversation with the Dean of Discipline, who will go through in detail with you from your head to your toe exactly what is expected. You will see pictures and you will understand exactly what it is that we're expecting of you. You will be guided. And if you have any question at the registration section, then all of those questions will be answered so that when you come in September, you are looking crisp, you are looking exactly the way that we want you to look. So if you have been registered on already, then you can attest that you have had that discussion with us. If you have not registered as yet, then you will have that in-depth discussion with us where we will explain to you exactly what it is that is required of you as it relates to the dress code and the dress standard policies. Mrs. Walker-Brown?
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Dean. So, importantly, all of these information will be given to you when you come to registration, because there is actually a booth, as our Dean would have indicated, that is set up just to speak about the dress code, because that's an important feature of who we are. When you're on board the vessel, the crew has to be appropriately attired, You see the captain when you go on in his white and all of the paraphernalia that he needs to have, and you'll see the other crew members adorned accordingly. So ensure that you dress according to the standards of the university. All right. So let's move on now to talking about another important aspect, which has to do with your identification. So as a student on board the vessel of the CMU ship, your CMU email is important, your student ID, These are your digital and physical passport. So we know that when the vessel sail, you have to have your passport intact. So these are going to be the passport that moves you along the vessel, the email address and your student ID. Ensure that you wear your student ID on your person. It shows on your uniform, and take them seriously. I know many times the deans will have problems with students not showing their IDs, and they have to be asking them names, and they really they can't determine if your name is the name that you gave. So you must show your student IDs as you move along, all right? Look after yourself. That's another responsibility that you have as a crew member on board the vessel. Look after yourself. Your health is important. Ensure that if you're not well physically, that you visit the health section. If you need counseling and advice on drug abuse and drug use, ensure that you speak with the university counselor. As it relates to, library services, those are available also. Remember, a good sailor maintains the vessel. Where is the vessel? The vessel is you, the person. So ensure that you maintain the vessel. A good student maintains themselves. So take care of your mind, take care of your body. Ensure that you have the relevant academic related information that you need, and engender good relationships with your classmate, with your lecturer, with the university community. Do not be somebody who's always in problems, always getting in problems, and so busy doing every other thing than focusing on what is important. All right? Chapter 4 deals with academic matters now. And in this section, you're going to stay the course. Remember, we said that this is the heart of the voyage. Everything that will be done in the classroom, every work, assignments that you're going to be given, every assessments will lead to your degree, your certification. So all of those things, you'll learn more about credit hours, you'll learn more about core courses, you'll learn a lot about academic progression in this chapter. It will tell you what leave of absence is. It will walk you through areas of transfer, readmissions, plagiarism, and importantly, your GPA calculation. In this chapter 4, it will speak to academic probation. It will speak to graduation requirement, awards, because we do have award services each year for those students who excel. So ensure that you're not just getting by. You're not just sailing but that you sail well. And that when you sail well, that certainly will be recognized. All right? Think of GPA as your academic compass. If your compass is pointing in the wrong direction, please, please, please don't wait until graduation to notice it. Check your grades regularly. Talk to your lecturers if you need to, and you will indeed need to speak with your lecturers. Seek academic assistance. Use the available support services that are here at the university. And I want to say to us, as we navigate, plagiarism is not a shortcut. And I know many students today, they are just want to find the easy way out, but plagiarism is never right. It is never okay. And at the CMU, we take that very seriously. And there is actually statements in your handbook that guides on how we treat plagiarism. It is more like trying to sail without knowing how to operate your ship. If it is that you're saying without knowing how to operate the ship, eventually something will go wrong. Your destination is graduation, students. Keep that at the forefront of your mind, not at the back of your minds. Keep it at the forefront of your minds. Your destination is graduation. So keep checking your academic coordinates as you traverse the seas of the annals of the CMU. All right? Chapter 5 speaks to general examination regulations. And you'll see there are 7 chapters that we're going to be looking at. We're now at chapter 5. This chapter speaks to exam regulations. I told you earlier that this is akin to storms that will come. We just experienced, Melissa, a Category 5 hurricane, and we know just the chaos and the havoc and the destruction that was created as a result of Hurricane Melissa. But those who are prepared are more likely to stand and to navigate through the storm. Again, the exams are ahead. They are inevitable. They are inevitable. And there is no way that you're going to get out of having to do exams. At the CMU, every single semester, you have exams. At the end of first semester in the month of December, feeling that there are no natural occurrences and all of those things in terms of hurricane or earthquake or any of those natural disasters, you will have exams at the end of every semester. All right? So ensure that you are prepared for the exam storms. When a hurricane is coming on us, and when it is that the ship is on the sea and it's sailing, they do what? They take down all of the anchors, them gird them up, them ensure that them firm up things. Jody, your microphone is on.
So
Jody,
sorry.
your mic is on. Ensure that you put down those sails that needs to be dropped. Ensure that you move all of those things that will fall off and break. Ensure that those are sturdy. Ensure that you study. Ensure that you put in the work so that you can reap the reward. All right? So in chapter 5, you will find information to help you to navigate the exam storms. You will see things that are related to exam timetables, types of exams, resets, supplemental examination, special examinations, oral examinations, course assessment, things like examination eligibility, absence from an exam, because we do sometimes have extenuating circumstances like sickness that will cause persons to be absent from an exam. You will have examination complaints that you need to lodge. How do you go about doing that? If there is an exam clash, how do you deal with clash? How do you deal with exam card, right? Just the whole issue of exam, anything exam related is contained in chapter 5. And so things like cheating and exam results, those are important features that you will have to navigate in this chapter. So what is the golden rule? Don't wait until the exam day or the day before the exam to start learning the rules of the exams. Know your exam, because exam timetables are usually published 2 weeks before the start of, Miss Dennis, you can confirm, but it's about 2 weeks before the start of exams that the exam timetables are going to be published. So you will know where the exams are going to be. You will know the date that is assigned for the exam, and you will know which exam is scheduled for which day. Have your IDs ready. Ensure that you get your IDs. Ensure that you have your exam cards. Ensure that you know what to bring to the exam room. And importantly, know the time that you ought to arrive. I just had to deal with a case I think it was yesterday or the day before, or Dean can confirm. One student, he came complaining that he was coming from far, but he got to the exam room about almost 1.5 hours late and wanted to be let into the exam. But the rules are here. They're not here to shackle you, So don't think that the rules are here to shackle you. They are here to guide you, to ensure that you are not caught on the bad end of the stick. They are here to ensure that you know what time you are to arrive. So if your exam is at 10 and you know that you have problems with transportation, what are you going to do? Leave early or find somewhere that is closer to the campus that you're going to be staying so that it can give you more time to navigate. All right? Do not leave everything to last minute. Remember, cheating can turn a small academic wave into a major storm. So cheating is never okay. Students, I want to tell you that if you cheat and you're caught, you will see the disciplinary committee. And coming before the disciplinary committee is never an easy feat. I can tell you that there are persons who have come thinking that they're going to leave with a slap on the wrist, and they leave having to sit out the entire academic year. Imagine having a dent in that seal that would bring you to graduation, and you have to wait 1 year before you reach your destination. Don't let that be your call. Don't let that be anything that you have to navigate. Ensure that that's never a part of your sojourn. The key is to prepare early, arrive early, follow instructions, and stay calm. I know that nerves will come upon you, but do what the council will advise you to do and stay calm. All right? Chapter 6 speaks to our code of conduct. And these really relate to the rules of the sea. Now we know that when we go on board vessels, there are rules. There are rules that will govern the crew, and there are rules that will govern even the guests that we will have, depending on the type of ship that we're going to be sailing. When you have the cruise ship, those guests who come on must have rules that they follow too. So it's the very same. Every ship has rules. Every university has a set of rules that governs, right? Imagine a vessel where everybody will be doing whatever they want. Someone is blasting music over there on the bridge. Somebody else is steering out without permission. Another person has decided to just disregard the safety regulations. Imagine the chaos that would be on that ship. Imagine, probably we're going to ask the question, will the ship reach its destination? So with a ship that is full of chaos, several things can be happening, even lives can be lost. So we have to follow a set of rules, all right? So in this chapter, you will see things concerning disciplinary procedures. What constitutes a major, minor, and gross misconducts. Things about disciplinary hearings, suspension, sanctions, appeals. It also explains the role and procedure of the disciplinary committee. So you know what that committee is, and you don't ever want to be brought before that committee. Remember, freedom comes with responsibility. You're a part of a university community, and your behavior, students, will affect others. All right? So it's important for you to ensure that you become responsible sailors. Chapter 7 is our final chapter, and this chapter speaks to student government and student life. I want to say to you, enjoy the voyage. Don't think of the voyage as only being about rules and regulations and lectures and being in boring classes. Because yes, some of the classes can become boring. I'm not going to tell you any lie. Dealing with, assignments that burdens you, and exams were coming like storms that are looking over. No. Your voyage, your voyage must be fun. Make it fun. And so how do you make it fun? Develop some good friendships. Can I tell you that some of the friendships that are developed at university lasts a lifetime? Can I tell you that there are persons who meet their partners, their life partners at university? Yeah. So develop some good friendships. And I'm not telling you here to come and, seek out, put on the radars looking out for a partner. No, I'm not. I'm just saying that just develop some good friendships. And you never know where those will take you. All right? Leadership is also important. So we encourage you to get involved. Get involved in student leadership, get involved in the CMU community, and just enjoy the experience. All right? Don't spend your 4 years all class, for those who live on campus, the dorm, and then class again, and then dorm, and then exam, and then you just repeat that cycle over and over. They say that all work and no play makes Jack and Jill dull. So join something and get involved. We have sports, we have clubs. There are several student activities, right? There are student leadership activities, community activities, maritime experiences, and one of them that you will have to participate in, or you will see happening around, comes in the month of September, when we celebrate Maritime Awareness Week, because we are a maritime institution. Anything maritime related
Mrs. Walker-Brown?
And you're going to see celebration activities in that regard. All right. I want to encourage you, don't just complete the voyage. Enjoy the sojourn, enjoy the passage as you move from one space to the next. Before you sail through your first semester, make sure that you know your captain's checklist. Know your captain's checklist. So here are some five golden rules that you need to remember as we close out. Important that you remember these. Know your destination. I ask for you to keep it at the forefront of your mind, not at the back of your minds. Don't drift through university. We're not having any drifters here. And even though we are surrounded by seas, we don't expect that you're going to get all C's. No. Reach for the sky, reach for the ultimate. Ensure that you get those A's and B's. And I'm not going to even go into the C realm, because you're going to aim big and reach for the very best. Have academic and career goals that you set for yourself, students. Set those for yourselves. Know how you're going to use your navigation tools is the next, number 2. So your handbook, your
Hi, Mrs. Walker-Brown. I believe you chipped out. Just alerting you. For the persons who are on, are you hearing Mrs. Walker-Brown?
No.
No, Mrs. Walker-Brown, just alerting you that we're not able to hear you.
You're not hearing me. Nobody.
Right, we're hearing you now.
All right,
so you can
apart
go
from the
ahead and
persons
speak.
in-house. So I'm going to do a mic check again. Who's hearing?
Right.
Students, are you hearing me? Because this
Can you
session is
just raise
for
your
you.
hand
Are you
if
hearing me?
are
Yes, we
hearing
can.
you?
Yes, we're
Yes,
hearing
miss.
you, we're hearing you.
Okay, great.
Give me a check on that, Jody. Or
Yes,
a
Mrs.
student can
Walker-Brown,
open
we
their
are
microphone
hearing
and
you.
let me know if they're hearing me clearly.
Yes, we're hearing you. Persons had opened their mic to confirm that they were hearing you. I'm hearing you as
Are
well.
you hearing me?
Yes.
All right, beautiful. Beautiful.
Mrs. Walker-Brown, are you speaking?
Are you hearing me clearly?
Yeah, we're hearing you now, but we weren't hearing you a while ago.
All right.
So I don't know if
So I was saying to you as I close
repeat what
out.
you were sharing?
Right, I will. As I close out, I was encouraging you to not just sail through the annals of the university, but ensure that you have your captain's checklist. And there are 5 golden rules that you need to remember as we close. Number 1, know your destination. Don't drift through the CMU. Have academic and career goals. Set those clearly, because those are going to be your motivation. Can I share this with you, that when I started to make a vision board, and that happened this year, I made a vision board of several things that I needed to accomplish. I didn't just think about them, because all along I've had those things in my mind, but I made a vision board by writing these things out. And can I tell you that several things on the vision board has already come through, because it is there at the forefront to remind me. I place that on my dresser in my room. So every time I wake up, anytime I enter into the room, I see that. And it's there as a motivation that I have to do this or that I need to do this. Yes. And so I'm encouraging you to know your destination. Set those career and academic goals for yourselves. And when you do that, you can only do well. Number 2, know your navigation tools. Your navigation tools would be your handbook, your academic calendar. You know what will happen each month and each day in each month. Ensure that you check your student portal regularly. Ensure that you follow through on what your lecturers provide for you in the classroom. And utilize the support services that are there. These are your navigation equipment that you need to have. All right? So no different when you come to the university, no difference at all. And I want to share finally with you, students, so the other 3 areas. Number 3 says that you're to ask for help early. I'm going to repeat for emphasis, ask for help early. A sailor who asks for direction before getting lost is smarter than the one who waits until they run aground. So don't wait until you're lost. Don't let us see you coming to say, oh, miss, I didn't do this, and because of that, this never happened. If it is that you have concerns about a lecture or something as it relates to your academic sojourn, come and speak to us early. Once you identify it, come and talk with us. Even if it is at that time, it's just a concern, come talk about the concerns that you're having. Number 4, respect the crew. Respect your classmates, respect your lecturers, respect the CMU staff, because these persons are all a part of your voyage. Treat them with respect. And finally, my brethren, I will say to you, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Everything about school, everything about the CMU, you're going to be spending at least for the most persons who are probably doing a diploma, and I don't think anybody here will be doing any diploma. Most persons are probably going to be pursuing your degrees, so you'll have at least 4 years here with us at the university. Enjoy it, and ensure that it becomes, something that you like coming to. Because if you change the mindset of how you think about exams, how you think about school, or you think about, giving those assignments in, it will change how you show up. I tell people I love studying. I love going to school. And when I do that, I do it well, because I'm not going to be doing it twice. Even though I enjoy the journey, I don't want to be doing it twice. Remember what should be placed at the forefront of your mind. You want to sail to graduation. That is the end. Ensure that you enter a career that is fulfilling and worth your while for you to have spent 4 years into something. I'll see you in 4 years, students, at graduation.